Alright, let's get this stream going. My voice, you guys, my voice has returned. For the most part, it still cracks a little bit. There's still certain things I can't say without it just being completely stupid. But anyway, for the most part, my voice is pretty much back. So today, we're going to do a mental health Q&A. I know you guys love the Q&As, and anytime I stream, I normally try to answer like any questions during the stream, whether it's an official Q&A video or not. But today we're focusing entirely on a Q&A. So if you have a question, now is the time to ask it, because I'm going to try to knock as many out today as I possibly can. That is the whole point of this stream. Beth, hello, welcome, happy thoughts. Hey, Wonder Bro, got a question? Well, you were in the right stream. Go ahead and ask it. I'm new here. I'm new here, bro. So far, love your info. Gustavo, hello. How are you? Gustavo is a personal friend of mine, close friend of mine. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask them. That is what we're doing in today's stream. Nothing but a Q&A. Having a rough day today, you are usually right on time. Happy to be here. Okay, we are getting so close to 6,500 subscribers, and I am beyond excited. Thank you guys for that very, very much. The lighting is a little weird today. I don't know what's going on with it. It was perfect last time. Now I look a little red for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. You just have to overlook it. I'm gonna give a minute though to let some questions come in. All right, let's see. I keep getting intrusive thoughts on suicide, but I love my life and do not want to die. It always gets me down and scared, even though I know I'll never do it. Okay, as far as that is concerned, you have to look at it this way. All of your negative thoughts, no matter what those negative thoughts might be, no matter what the context of the negative thought is, whether it's about suicide, even though you know, like you said, you'll never do it, but it's still bothering you, or whether it's about some other sort of fear, going crazy, having a heart attack, any sort of negative thought has to be chalked up the same way. And what I'm talking about is all thoughts that are negative in nature are seen by the brain that doesn't know any better as a real threat or danger to your life, right? So whether you're worried about suicide or whatever it might be, your brain is going to jump in to protect you with anxiety. That's what anxiety is there for. And since the brain doesn't know the difference between a real or imagined threat, when you entertain negative thoughts, you're going to get anxiety as if there was a real threat, because the brain doesn't know any better. So regardless of what your worry is, you have to remember that. You've got to remember that, and then you've got to take a step back and refuse to entertain or go there with those thoughts because of the information I just gave you. That's what you have to remind yourself of. So regardless of what the thought is, you got to take a step back, and you have to stop going there and giving your focus to those thoughts, because the brain's just going to jump in to protect you every time, especially if you are sensitized. All right, like I said, my voice is back, but it's still kind of crappy, so you have to overlook it. Hi, totally accepting now, doing everything despite anxiety being there. Still severely sensitized though. Am I doing something wrong? If you're totally accepting and you're being honest with yourself and you're not following, negative obsessive thoughts, and you are being honest with yourself, very important that you're honest with yourself on what you're doing, then you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, you're doing everything right, and you just need more time to retrain, reprogram your brain. There's probably still a lot of pathways in your brain, anxious pathways, that need to be rewritten. That's all that is. How do you deal with muscle tension? Well, there's really no way to force out physical symptoms. We can't force them away, so just try to relax and accept it the best that you can. Don't follow any sort of negative or obsessive thoughts about it, because then you're just adding fuel to the fire, which obviously isn't needed. You're already uncomfortable, so there's no need to add extra fuel to the fire. How to deal with heartburn with anxiety. Let me guess, acceptance. Yes, as far as physical symptoms go, there is really nothing we can do to force physical symptoms away. We can't, there's nothing we can tell ourselves that's going to force a physical symptom away, but what we can do is not add fuel to the fire, which makes it much, much more bearable in the end. Thanks for helping us. We really appreciate it. You are very welcome. Nearly every day, I feel like I can't cope. My mind keeps going to scary places with intrusive thoughts, and they really scare me as I don't know if they're true or not, and it's causing me torment. If it's in your head, it's not true. If it's in your head, then it's an imagination, right? It's a thought, and a thought is never based on reality. Reality is here and now. Reality is what you're doing in this moment. If it is a thought, chances are it's not true, because a thought is nothing more than white noise in your head. So you really need to practice our two main keys here with acceptance, not fueling the fire, not adding second fear, by giving your focus and attention to these negative thoughts and following them down the rabbit hole. Because when you make that choice, that is what's causing your suffering. Nothing is doing this to you. In the end, we have to take responsibility for the fact that we're doing this to ourselves by the thoughts that we choose to entertain, which I know at first is not an easy thing to accomplish, not following your thoughts. It can be very difficult if you're just now getting into this, but I promise it does get much easier the more you practice and the more you learn. All right, next one. What about the intrusive thoughts? I'm no longer afraid on panic attacks, but the negative intrusive thoughts are still there, which sometimes manifest to panic attacks. Yes, they manifest to panic attacks because of the fact that I keep mentioning the brain doesn't know the difference between a real or imagined threat. So the more you entertain those negative intrusive thoughts by giving them your attention, by fighting with them, by arguing with them, and by focusing on them, the more they're going to grow, the more you're going to fuel the fire. So really it is our conscious choice that is causing us to suffer. So got to work at it. Got to work at it. It takes time. It takes practice. I've been practicing for 3 weeks. Wait. Let me make sure I didn't. I'm getting behind here, I think. I find it very, very hard to truly accept. I still want to be in control, and I know I can escape from a situation if needed. It's hard. Like I said, it might be difficult at first, but it gets much, much easier the more you practice. Thanks for the reply. You've got me to the point where I'm finally truly accepting, and that's made me feel better already. That's awesome. You're fantastic, Wonder Bro. Thank you. I've been practicing for 3 weeks, and I'm seeing that many of my thoughts are negative thoughts. I'm sensitized. I've started to immediately tell it whatever and accept it. Is this the correct strategy? Yeah, that's one way you can go about it. When you notice these thoughts trying to pull you in, to grab your attention and focus, to get you to add all this second fear, notice that and just tell yourself you're not going to do that anymore, because it's you doing it to you, and you're just going to refuse to do that from here on out. You're not going to give your focus to this negative energy in the mind and fuel the fire. So that, that is one way that you can go about it. Everything is fine, but still my sleep routine's so bad with raising thoughts and bad dreams. Is this okay? Your sleep will eventually return to normal. Your sleep will eventually return to normal. It takes time. It takes time. Just keep going at it. Try not to obsess too much over your sleep, because that's just going to make it harder to obtain, and realize that your sleep will return in time. You're such a wonderful human. I just want to give you a hug. Here is a big internet hug. I don't know if you can feel it. From me to all of you, big internet hug. Hi, Wonder Bro. Good to see you. How are you feeling now? I do feel a lot better. I feel a lot better. I don't feel sick. It's just my voice has not returned fully yet. But if you was watching my stream from the other day, it's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better. Is chest flutters normal? I get this all day long for the past week or two. Okay, sorry. Is chest flutters normal? Yes, that can be a common symptom of anxiety. Wonder Bro, tell them about my state 3 months ago compared to now. Yes, Gustavo, who I mentioned earlier in the stream, a personal friend of mine. He's become a personal friend of mine. We speak quite a bit. He was in a pretty rough state. About 3 months ago when I first started doing coaching with him. And, it was sad to see, but I see that a lot with coaching sessions. I usually get people when they're at their worst. And he went from, the bottom of the barrel to nowadays he's pretty much back to normal, back to living life like he did before. Yes, there might still be a little bit of work that needs to be done, but for the most part, the turnaround was absolutely amazing. So, and I see this quite a bit. If I can do it, if Gustavo can do it, if, all these people can do it, you can too. There's nothing special about me or anyone else who's recovered that says we can do it and you can't. But yeah, it was absolutely an amazing turnaround for this dude. Amazing. Health anxiety, yes, very common. Personally, I did not go through a whole lot of health anxiety. I wasn't really worried about health issues. For me, it was just a lot of negative, irrational thoughts. If you want more information on my story specifically, I do have a video on that. Just search up my story. Everything getting better, just my sleep routine. Now I get it takes time. Yes, your sleep will return. Okay, as your nerves start to heal, your sleep will return to normal. It does take time. It does take time. You just gotta be willing to give it that time without fueling the fire, without obsessing too much about this thing. That's what it all comes back to, you guys, is that obsession, the thoughts that we give our focus to. That's what's ultimately, they're playing off of our tired nerves, right? So that's the big thing here. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things at once here. Letting some more questions roll in. If you've got a question, now is the time to ask it, you guys. Q&A, now's the time. Thought of hiking in the middle of nowhere, going somewhere where there would be no escape, is keeping me from enjoying life to the fullest. Whatever you do, you are safe, okay? Whatever your anxious fears are, it's just negative thoughts, which are imaginations, playing off of your tired nerves. No matter what label that has been placed on you, this is what it comes back to. So no matter what you do, you're safe. The worst thing that can happen to you during this journey is that you continue to scare the shit out of yourself by entertaining thoughts. That is the worst that can happen. It's the entertainment of negative thoughts, which have no place in reality, that are causing this reaction in the nerves, which then scare you. So that's what this basically all comes back to, summed up. Yeah, your sleep being off, very common for this to mess with your sleep. I feel like as I practice more and more, I realize how many negative thoughts I actually have. Not following is tiring at first, but as you learn, it starts to become second nature. Yes, that is a good way to put it. It's like breaking a bad habit, right? Most of our lives, even before sensitization, even before you wound up in the sensitized state, most of our lives we've spent with the bad habit of giving our focus to negative thoughts, thinking that they were somehow important or relevant or needed a solution. But at the end of the day, we didn't realize that we were just taxing our nervous system over and over, our poor nervous system that doesn't know any better, that doesn't know the difference between a thought and a real threat. That's what we've gotten to the habit of doing. Most people, like I said, sensitized or not, have gotten to the habit of just taxing their nervous system over and over and over again. And, you're honestly lucky. You are honestly lucky if you end up in a sensitized state, because until you reach that state, you don't really learn all these things. You don't take the initiative to go out and figure all this stuff out, how the mind and body works. And if you don't ever learn that kind of stuff, you're totally at the mercy because you just don't know any better. So you're actually very fortunate if you find yourself in this state, because now you can work from here and you can grow as a person and develop these life tools that you can use for the rest of your life, even after you've healed your sensitization. This is such a lovely, supportive community. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's all it's about right here. I tried to make a very supportive community. That's what it's all about. Getting closer to 6.5K subs. You deserve more. We are on our way, and it's all thanks to you guys. It's all thanks to you guys. Just joining, how'd you go about exposure? So anytime you have your anxiety telling you that there's something you shouldn't do, okay, unless it's correct, like you probably shouldn't jump off a house or something, I don't know, but anytime you have your anxiety telling you that, I can't do this or I shouldn't do this, and you know damn well that it's something you can do or should do or used to do, just go for it. Just go for it. Don't overthink recovery, okay? Don't obsess too much about recovery. Take each day as it comes, and don't give your focus too much to the obsession, to the negative thoughts. Do what you want to do in your life each day. And if you're facing a challenge, use the two main keys. Realize that as you practice this, it will get easier. It will get easier. Your channel is a godsend. Every time I feel discouraged, I watch one of your videos. Well, I'm very happy to be here for you, every single one of you. Any advice for going a different route as far as being out and about? Two main keys. It'll always come back to that. You're not really afraid of the thing that you think you're afraid of. All that's happening is you are entertaining and focusing on negative thoughts that have no place in reality, that are then playing off your nervous system. So as you practice the two main keys, it's going to make everything that you do much, much easier. Peaceful side of YouTube. I wonder, bro, my depression and anxiety is still bad, but I still keep doing things no matter how bad it is. Thanks for everything and all your help. Keep learning, keep growing, keep watching the videos if you need to. Pick up this advice and use it. Pick up this advice and use it. My own thoughts are making me anxious. I have the feeling like I can get a panic attack any moment. It's very draining. Any tips? Yes, your own thoughts will make you anxious. They are responsible for the anxiety you feel. But you are also responsible, because we have a choice when thoughts come to entertain them or not entertain them. You have to start distancing yourself from those thoughts when they knock. Stop entertaining them. Stop fueling them. Stop giving them your focus, because it's the thoughts that create the feelings and play off the tired nerves, right? Tired nerves are responsible for the exaggerated reaction. So we need to give less of our focus to those thoughts. Need to practice that. What were your personal DPDR symptoms, feelings, thoughts? Much love, brother. I did experience quite a bit of DPDR, and that was probably when I was at my lowest, and I stopped eating and drinking and really let myself go. So I kind of worked from that negative place, learned the advice, and really just dedicated to it. And like I said, it does take time. Don't beat yourself up. You're probably not going to be perfect at this right away. I know I wasn't. I know for a fact that I wasn't. So give yourself time and be your own best friend. Don't be an enemy to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. All right? Don't do it. You're not gaining anything. Be kind to yourself. I was in hell for 20 years and see light finally. So awesome to hear. When I feel symptoms are coming on, I tell myself this is great practice and please come. I do that and it stops. Is this common during recovery? Yes, because you're not fueling the fire anymore. Anytime you tell yourself this is just a false alarm, I'm not going to fuel those negative thoughts, they will soon pass, this is just a bluff. Anytime you do that, you're not fueling the fire. You're not adding second fear, which is what causes all these problems. So you're taking your foot off the gas there. How can I stop being fearful? Two main keys. Practice, learn, grow. As human negative thoughts always pop, but for real, us, my sensitized warriors, it can be frequent, just that. Yes, if you're sensitized, your thoughts are going to create more of a reaction than they normally would. You got to keep that in mind too. That's part of the bluff. That's part of the trick. Questions, guys. If you have your questions, make sure you ask them. A lot of good questions today so far. I really appreciate it. How's everybody been, though? Everybody been doing all right? I'm trying to feel better. For the most part, I feel pretty good. Wish my voice would come back, but acceptance, right? We'll just have to wait on that to happen. Can anxiety make you feel like crap? Yes, absolutely, 110%. Every single one of my symptoms, every single one of my many symptoms that seemed like the absolute end were all anxiety. It took me years to understand this until I found this channel. So many things. Yes, it does take time, but once you understand that it truly is you that's fueling the fire, you start to take that personal responsibility. Can you drink it all? I don't drink. Never have been a drinker. I've been recovering for about a year, come a long way, but I can't seem to drink alcohol anymore still. Literally one beer and I can feel it immediately triggered. Makes me feel weird. But just one beer, though, that could be you just telling yourself, focusing on those thoughts. Your thoughts are going to create your feelings. Yes, alcohol hangovers can be really shit for your nervous system, but just one beer is probably you psyching yourself up, and then you feel those feelings, and then you're bluffed into thinking that whatever you were thinking was true in some way. Yes, you will start to get glimpses of normalcy back into your life. Beautiful channel and community. A huge thanks for all. What about the headaches? Weird head sensations. All part of anxiety, the bluff of anxiety. Whatever your symptoms may be, we can't force them away. There's no magic word or statement I can give you that's just going to make your physical symptoms disappear. But what I can tell you is to not focus on those negative obsessive thoughts. The more power you give to them, the more you're going to fuel the fire, the more you're going to feel that second fear. What upcoming video game are you most excited for? That is a good question. What video games are coming out? I haven't really been paying much attention. I usually just play a whole lot of Siege. Rainbow Six all day. Love me some Rainbow Six. Any time, any chance I get to play games, if I'm playing games, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be Rainbow Six. Love me some Siege. All right, hold on, you guys. I will be right back. Do I like PUBG? I used to play a little bit of PUBG. I was never very good at it, but I used to play a little bit of it. I didn't get into it very religiously, but I played it from time to time. What's the best way to relax if you're in a situation you can't leave, for example, in a plane? All comes back to your thoughts. The best way to relax yourself is to not follow those negative thoughts and to stay grounded. Okay, and to do that, we notice when thoughts come, we refuse to follow them, because the more focus we give to a negative thought, the more it's just going to snowball and, of course, play off of our nerves. How do you get past the sensations? 2 main keys. Learn them, use them, and continue to sharpen those skills. Accepting feelings, not following negative thoughts. As you do this, you're going to make many, many great realizations. Thank you. You are very welcome. During practice and recovery, did you get mentally drained? I know my brain is reconditioning, but practice is simple but not easy. Yes, it can be draining to learn new habits and to practice new habits. Can be draining. And like Gustavo just said, if you're getting shitty sleep, which is very common when sensitized, that might cause some sensitivity, some light sensitivity. What do you think about distracting yourself? Is that just a safety behavior crutch? When thoughts come, you don't want to run from them, okay? You don't want to try to force them out. What you do want to do is accept them. Okay, there's that thought, but I'm not going to follow it. I'm going to make the choice to not consciously entertain that. So it's an accepting of when it comes instead of running from. But then it's a choice, a conscious choice, not to go there, not to add fuel to the fire. Is there a modern Metroid? I don't know. I don't know if they ever made another Metroid. Depends on what Metroid you're talking about. There's a pretty popular gaming series right now. It's Metroid. But I think you're talking about the old school Metroid. I have awesome sleep at night but still have sensations. Yes, very common. Whether you get awesome sleep or not, if you're sensitized, you will still have sensations. Gustavo, follow your bliss. Old friends. Is there a difference in dizziness when anxious and derealization? Derealization doesn't have much to do with dizziness. It's kind of a totally different feeling. I could see how someone might think that, though. Did working out help your anxiety? I don't work out. I'm about 250 pounds. I don't even know what that means. What does that word mean? Joe, they made some for the GameCube and Wii and 3DS. Switch is getting one soon. Yeah, see, I used to be an avid gamer, and I still really love gaming, but I'm not the best with keeping up with gaming news or anything like that. So how did you get past anxiety and panic? Two main keys. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's what's going to reprogram your brain. Yes, working out's good for you. Yes, you can take all the vitamins in the world. Yes, you can switch to a new diet, and these things might be good for you physically, but if you're still entertaining negative thoughts, if you're still adding fuel to the fire, if you're still adding a lot of second fear, you're not going to get to that place you want to be. Was it worse in the mornings or nights for me when I was sensitized? It was just pretty much 24/7, to be honest, at my lowest when I was sensitized. Back before I was cured, what symptoms scared me the most? Probably the strong amounts of adrenaline that I would feel that made me just want to, I don't know, jump out of my own skin, and just that fear feeling. Of course, this was back, like you said, before I was cured, before I learned the advice and realized what second fear was and all this good stuff. So this was me fueling the fire, constantly, constantly. Yeah, the Discord chat. I'm glad you mentioned that. I haven't mentioned the Discord chat in quite some time. But we do have a Discord, and it's completely free. You just need to get the app for your computer, phone, whatever, tablet, doesn't matter, and click our link. And I will grab that link for you guys in just a moment once I get that Discord up. Um, don't overthink recovery too much, you guys. I see a lot of should I be exposing more, or, don't overthink it too much. A lot of the times you're creating a lot of the feelings you don't want just by the overthinking of it. Two main keys: take each day as it comes. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can get this Discord chat link. If I remember how to do that. No. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This should be it. So if you want to join our chat room, which is open 24 hours, all you got to do is click that link. It's completely free. Make a profile. Next, neck tension and stress, that's very common. A lot of people do try to find, magic cures, or the magic pill, or, they think if they switch their diet up, or if they, get ripped and go to the gym every day, and they do all these things, increase their water intake, all these things are great things. They are great things, and if you want to do them, more power to you. But if you do them thinking it's going to cure you, it's not. What's going to cure you is working on those bad habits of second fear in your mind, because you can be the most in shape, healthiest person imaginable and still experience anxiety if you're entertaining negative thoughts, because it comes back to the simple fact, and I've said it time and time again, that your brain does not know the difference between an imagined threat and a real threat. So when you're entertaining negative thoughts, you are going to feel it, whether you're the healthiest person in the world or whether you're like me, totally out of shape and overweight. So it doesn't matter. Accepting really does work. I'm going through a lot of physical symptoms from anxiety, and I didn't know acceptance would be so much worse. Oh, and if I didn't know, okay, sorry. And if I didn't know acceptance, I would be so much worse. Okay, I got it. I realized that anxiety was developed through my bad thought habits. Yes. That's what it comes down to. And it is basically, at the end of the day, just a really bad habit. You guys know me. There's plenty of channels out there on YouTube right now that are mental health related. They're going to tell you that you need to do 110 things in order to heal. They're going to tell you that you need to do all of these things and take all of these vitamins, and no. Those are good things to do, yes, but that's not what's going to heal you. I try to keep it very simple and straightforward with the two main keys, and maybe sometimes I come off a bit hard, but it's just because I try to be straightforward. I think that's the best way to tackle it. Don't beat around the bush. That's so true. I used to be able to work out 6 days a week, heavy weights, and super clean diet, but it's still gotten to a very dark place. Yeah, none of that matters. It's very good stuff to do physically for you, for your health, but it's not what's going to cure you. My favorite YouTuber? Oh man, that's a good question. I've got a few. I've got a few favorite YouTubers. Um, some of the comedy and humor that I'm into is probably not shared among all of you guys, but I do really like iDubbbz TV, and I used to enjoy Filthy Frank when he was around. Of course, he's not around anymore. Some of the humor that a lot of people will probably not find funny, but I like YouTube channels like that. When you decide you wanted to change, get past anxiety and panic, when I was at my lowest, when I just realized that something had to change, and that's when I realized, I got to get past this. I got to do something. I got to start working on it. I got to start working on it. Just don't want to feel that way anymore. I know I'm getting better because I'm learning not to care how long or if I will recover. I was completely opposite 3 weeks ago. Before I started, I was fixated on when I would get better. Yes, all of that obsession is causing the very feelings that you're trying to recover from. It's very ironic. It's very ironic, but that is the way it works. I just try to keep it straight with you guys. I try to get straight to the point. I don't like to beat around the bush. I'm not going to tell you a bunch of nonsense. So many channels out there make this thing so confusing. They make it so much more confusing than it has to be. Reminder, everyone who recovers using the 2 keys takes time. Yes, Gustavo. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to Gustavo, by the way. This stream wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for that dude. He helped me build the computer that I'm streaming on now. So a huge shout out to him. And he's helped me more than that. He's helped me even more than that. So huge, huge shout out to him. He's been awesome. It's been amazing. I'm actually, let's see. Where are we at? 28 minutes? Okay, not bad. We need a part 2 of when your nerves are healing. That's a good video idea. It's a good video idea. I've been doing a lot of streams lately, simply because I lost my voice. So today I was going to do a regular video because it's time for one. But with my voice the way it is, it's just easier to come on here and do a live stream. Much easier. It would be it'd be kind of a difficult video to watch with my voice the way that it is. I met Gustavo, nice guy, beautiful family. Yeah, he's awesome. He's amazing. He's helped me so much, so many times. Dude has helped me, and he didn't have to, obviously. Didn't have to. He's a very kind dude, kind heart. What a good stream, what a good stream. I was like, what do I want to do today? Let's just do a Q&A. It's been a while since I've done a Q&A. I know you guys love your Q&As. Got this new beard going on, but it gives me a double chin. It doesn't give me a double chin. It makes my double chin more noticeable. So, I love this advice. Simple, straightforward. It's easy to get obsessive with all the information out there. Yeah, it's very easy to start obsessing. Very easy to start obsessing. I try to keep it as simple and straightforward as possible. When people are in that sensitized state, especially, they don't need all this complicated crap. And I'm not personally taking stabs at any other mental health channels out there, but I will say that a lot of them make it way too complicated and way too just unnecessary. And I think a big part of why they do that is for more content, but that's just my opinion. I don't know anything for sure, for certain, but I think they make it way too complicated. There's plenty of content that you can make and still keep it simple and straightforward, even if you're repeating yourself. Even if you're repeating yourself, sometimes people need to hear it multiple times. That's okay. Multiple different ways. I guess Chris loves purple and galaxy stuff colors so much. That's why he's using it as a theme. Every time I click YouTube app, saw purple thing, I know that's you. I feel peace. Yes, my favorite colors are purple and black. The color combination, purple and black. I love it. Space-related stuff. Please donate to Wonder Bro. He's fat and eats light. Yes! Yes. Do you think this double chin is going to feed itself? Okay? It's not. It's not. Gustavo. I love that dude. I love that, dude. Just noticed my beard covers my second chin too. Good call. Yeah, I know. I shaved it like this and I was like, holy crap, my double chin's a lot bigger than I thought it was. So I need to stay like this most of the time. Okay, if I get too relaxed, it starts to look a little bit obvious. Simple, straight and to the point, yes. My energy is intense, so when I have an intrusive thought, I don't want to have other people pick it up. That makes me even more upset. Yes, energy is a real thing, but when you have that intrusive thought, you can make the choice to not go there. You can turn it around. It is way too complicated. This I love. Not into meditation, journaling, and stuff like that. This is plain and straightforward. I kind of did a little trick on you when I say not following your thoughts is one of our two main keys. You're basically meditating. I just don't like to use the term meditation because people think you need to set time out of your day for it and get into a certain pose and wear a robe or something. There's a lot of there's a lot of misinformation out there about meditation, but really when you're not following your thoughts and you're just letting them come and go, that's basically a form of meditation. How do we do one-on-one coaching? Do you offer voice or just text? Right now it's messaging sessions. A lot of people in here in the chat today have had one. Right now it's just we message back and forth for an hour. I would like to introduce Skype at some point in the future. That is an idea that I've kind of toyed around with in my mind a little bit. So if you want to wait until then, that could be a thing that's possibly going to happen in the future. So if you'd like to wait until then, we can do that. I just don't know when that'll be happening. And the reason I do that is because I don't live alone. So I can do these streams and stuff. And you guys who have been in my streams before know that I get a lot of knocks at my door. And I would hate for someone to pay for a video chat with me and I keep getting knocks at my door. I'm busy and wrapped up. With Messenger, I can still focus and also do things that needs to be done without being interrupted, if that makes sense. I totally agree with what you're saying about other YouTube information advice, extremely flawed advice that made me worse. Yes, and I feel like they do it for content. I don't want to point fingers. I can't say that for sure, and that's very unfortunate if that is true, that they do it for content. If they're doing it for that reason, that's sad. That's sad. You don't need to confuse people. Just be straightforward and honest with them. Yes, I do use PayPal. If you're interested in a coaching session, you guys, I want to try to get as many as I can today. I've already done one, so if you would like to be my next session of the day, I think I've already got spots taken for tomorrow, but today I'm pretty much free after this stream. So if you'd like a coaching session, reach out to me on the Facebook page or Instagram for Wonder Bro, and we will talk about it. I accept payment after we do the session. I trust people. Okay, so after the session, you can pay me via PayPal. If you're interested in that, just reach out. Just reach out. It's something I try to do in my personal time to help people that feel like they need a one-on-one. And like I always said, if you just want to use the videos and you don't want to have a one-on-one, that's fine. That's why I make the videos. You don't have to spend a penny, and you can still recover just fine. I always say that. I always say that. I want people to know. Like, that's just something I do in my free time to keep up with this double chin. And I try to make it cheap. But if you don't have the money, just watch the videos. Dude, you can recover all the same. I don't leave anything out of the free videos. Always there. Gustavo, thank you very much for that. Did he say he was going to do that? I don't think so. But thank you very much for that donation. $50 from Gustavo. You just bought me dinner today. Seriously, that's actually what I'm going to do with that money. I'm really going to buy food. I need to keep up with this double chin. This physique doesn't keep up with itself. Thank you very much for that, Gustavo. I really appreciate that. You're such an amazing man, dude. You've helped me so much. And I'm very, very grateful for you. You don't even know. Trust me, coping methods made me worse in the past, but Wonder Bro just revealed the truth and helping me. Yes, coping methods are really just a way to postpone the inevitable. It's really just a way to fight. And when you fight, you're just adding fuel to the fire. How much is it per hour? I do an hour for $55. So The way I did that is I looked up other, coaching sessions with different life coaches and stuff online and see how much they charged. And I was seeing upwards of $200-300 sometimes. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it under $100. We're going to go with $50. So $50 for an hour of my time. I feel like that's fair. Um, but like I said, if you can't afford that, free videos. Got hundreds of them. I don't leave anything out of them. Everything you need are in the free videos. So if you're a broke ass like me, you don't have to spend a penny and you can still recover. The world is lucky to have you. I'm so grateful for your help and caring. Well, thank you very much. All I want to do is help people. I love it. I love it. We get so many success comments, and every time I see one, I'm just like, damn, here's another person that doesn't have to go through the bullshit. Like, they're recovering and they're learning, and they don't have to go through that shit again, and they don't have to feel the way that I felt. And that is just so amazing to me. It's really mind-blowing, and sometimes I can't wrap my head around what I'm doing here. I realize how awesome it is, and I'm so grateful for it, but at the same time, it's really hard for me to wrap my head around. You know what I mean? Like, it's really mind-blowing sometimes. I don't think I even realize it. $50 is not enough to fill that tank. Oh yeah, I try to keep it cheap. I try to keep my sessions cheap. Does positive thinking help, or is that fueling the fire as well? If it's positive thinking about something that's actually happening in your life, like let's say, I don't know, you just lost your job. If you want to be positive and rational, perfect. Go for it. I recommend it. But as far as arguing with those negative thoughts, I would just not do that. I would just say, false alarm, that's stupid. I'm not giving that my focus. It'll pass. That's what I would do. Don't really get up there and try to reason with them. But, if it's something in your reality, yeah, be positive, be rational. It's an awesome skill to have. Great, I'll be messaging them later on Facebook. Yeah, message me, guys, on Facebook or Instagram under WonderBro, and I will get back with you if you would like a session. Like I said, just something I try to do in my free time. Thank you again, Gustavo, for that donation. I'm actually going to probably place a food order right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, I'm probably going to order food, actually. So, I'm not currently running ads on my videos, so I survive off of donations. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once and talk. It's very hard. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I don't run ads, so I survive off donations and coaching sessions. So it's my only source of income, which as of right now is pretty good because you guys actually do help me quite a bit. It's better than the job I had flipping burgers at one point. I make more through donations and coaching sessions than I did fast food, so I'm doing something right. I do want to turn ads on eventually, though, because everyone needs a source of income, obviously. But right now, they're remaining off. That is the long-term goal, is to turn ads on. Christopher, hello, welcome to the stream, buddy. I wondered about ads. I wish you success. Yeah, they're currently turned off. Like I said, I make a living through donations and coaching sessions. I made the decision to turn the ads off a while back, but I might turn them on again in the future. I mean, that is the end goal, and it probably will happen. Maybe next year, I think. Yeah, I would like to introduce Skype sessions, Big Worm. I would like to introduce Skype sessions. It's just right now I don't live alone. People are constantly knocking on my door. If you've watched my streams before, it happens quite a bit. It's unfortunate, but I'd hate for people to be paying me for an hour of my time and then I'm constantly getting interrupted. If I'm doing it over messages, I can still take care of some things here while also giving you my attention. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but I think you get it. It would just be really awkward if I was trying to communicate with people that I live with while on video chat for an hour that you're paying for. But if I'm messaging you, I can tell the person, hey, screw off, okay? Screw off. Let me finish messaging. Let me send my messages. Then we'll talk. And while I'm waiting on your reply, their reply, I'll talk to you. So that's why I do messages only right now. What are your thoughts on traditional CBT? CBT. I've heard a lot about it. I've actually got a buddy of mine who runs a CBT business, but personally, believe it or not, I've never tried it. So I can't give a whole lot of thoughts on that. honest opinions. Just to be honest with you, I don't know. I heard it helps relax a lot of people, but Dr. Claire Weeks said if you need a crutch, that's okay. If you need a crutch, that's okay, but I do highly recommend that you focus on just building those two main keys and practicing that. Let's order some food. Let's place a food order because Gustavo is the man. Thank you for your donation. You're amazing. And you just fed me. I don't know why I'm singing it. Let's see. Have I texted my girlfriend back? We've been streaming for like 40 minutes now, so it's getting to the point in the stream where I'm just chilling, just doing my own thing over here. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification. Yeah, Joe, you're amazing mod. You always go an extra mile for the streams, and I really appreciate it. The stream's starting to die down and slow down a bit. I think everybody who noticed I was streaming has got all their questions out. Bendy Trees, I didn't even notice you slip in. What's up, man? It's been forever. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? When you're sensitized, you blow everything out of proportion. Yes. How do you sit through tattoo sessions, or did you get those while you were healed? I've been trying to finish my cover up, but can't seem to sit through it. Yeah, these were definitely, I didn't get any of my tattoos while I was sensitized. That's something I did when anxiety wasn't so active in my life, all of my tattoos. I don't remember ever getting a tattoo while sensitized. I was way too concerned with all those negative thoughts, This has been great. Also, so thankful for the Discord. Great community. Yes, the Discord. I'll post the link one more time. If you want a chat room that's open literally 24/7, just a bunch of people in there hanging out, chilling. Awesome community. All you got to do is click that link and join us. It's completely free to get the Discord app. But yeah, I didn't get any of my tattoos while I was sensitized. I've definitely taken a step back because I was identifying too much with my anxiety, but I still watch. It's okay. It's okay to have those setbacks. Like I said, this stream is starting to slow down a little bit because we're reaching the 40-minute mark, so we're just hanging out. You guys can feel free to hang out. How do you keep the momentum going? I feel like some days I'm really motivated to do my thing, and then some days I feel like no hope. On those days where you're experiencing no hope, watch your mind. See what thoughts you're entertaining. That's probably where you'll find that those feelings are coming from. Bobby Bird wants a bath. See you later, Wonder Bro family. See ya. See ya. Wish I was here earlier. You can always rewatch the streams. All the streams always get uploaded as videos. So you can always rewatch it here in a bit. Setbacks just mean you need to rewrite a few more neural pathways. Yes, nailed it. I had to set up a new modem. I recently got a new modem myself. I haven't noticed any difference really. It hasn't really helped that much, but I got one. Joe Smith, thank you for the $10 donation, my friend. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. You never have to do that, but you did. You did it out of the kindness of your own heart, and I'm very appreciative. Very, very appreciative. Is there anything like vitamin deficiency or low T or something that actually causes anxiety? I don't know if he wants me to share this info. I do have a friend who had low T levels, and he was going to get shots for it or whatever. I think he decided not to do that because even though he had low T levels, with his dedication to acceptance and the two main keys, he actually started to feel really, pretty good. So he decided to not go through with that. I think that's how that happened. So yes, you can have things that affect you physically, that give you symptoms that mock whatever. But at the same time, if you're truly reprogramming your brain and using the advice, it's not going to be such a big deal. Does that make sense? And I hope I told his story right. But yeah, he had low T levels, and he was going to get the shots. But he started using acceptance, the two main keys. He started to feel really good. So he just never did the shots. Where's my, oh, there you are, beautiful. There we go. I'm just taking a break to text. Oh shoot. Alright, what are we at, you guys? Almost 50 minutes? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I don't want to drag this out too long so it's not too intimidating for other people. To watch it later. I used to follow someone who makes things complicated and confusing. I'm glad I found your channel, brother. Thank you. I try to keep things straightforward. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and try to end it here. So I'm going to sneak off. It was really awesome, you guys. It was really awesome. Thank you for all of your questions. Thank you for all the donations, too. I'm very, very appreciative. Love you guys. Till next time, as always, stay awesome. Stay awesome. Shit. I wish my voice would come back.